Hi, my name is Sandy Giff, and I'm with the Giff Group with Keller Williams Realty over here in Orlando, Florida. I service Orlando, Kissimmee, Celebration, Clearmount, Davenport, Reunion, and all the areas around our famous Disney World area. I was originally living in New York for many years, and I was coming back and forth to Orlando to visit Disney every year with my kids. Then I finally decided to move here. But before I did move here, I actually ended up purchasing a townhome that was one for short-term rental, and I did the short-term rental thing, so I know a little bit about that before I relocated here. And so today, my job is to talk to you today about Disney houses. What are they? What are they, and what's a Disney house? Well, as you know, many millions of people come to Central Florida every year with the purpose of not just going to Disney World, but also going to Universal Studios, going to SeaWorld, going to Busch Gardens. And there's also a lot of amenities here, excluding the parks, that are so much fun to do. Also the weather, gorgeous weather. It's one of the main reasons, right? Gorgeousness. I remember leaving New York in the snow in December and coming to Disney World in Florida and just having such a great time here with the greens and the water and just all the beautiful stuff that happens here. So I'm really excited about living here. Um, in any event, let's discuss Disney houses. Yay! So what happened is, as you come down here, year after year, whether it be frequently, um, you're thinking about where am I gonna stay. You don't necessarily want to stay in a hotel, especially if you're staying over a week. And even if you are staying for a week, you more want to feel like you're on vacation, but you're home away from home. So some people will tend to buy timeshares, and some people will tend to rent a vacation home or maybe rent a villa or a condo from a owner that's renting to tourists. Why not you do the same thing? So what we have is we have condos, we have villas, and we have houses that are very close to Disney World, Universal Studios, and also to SeaWorld that are zoned for what is called short-term rental. What is a short-term rental? A short-term rental is where you're able to rent a house or a condo or a villa or a townhome to tourists on a weekly, monthly, or maybe a 2 month or a 6 month basis. It's a short-term basis. And you're able to have tourists come in for a week, leave, and another set of tourists come in for another week and leave, and that kind of a thing. And it has to be, the location though has to be zoned that way. And there are many areas here that are zoned for that. Now, why would you do that? Well, if you were to purchase a house here, let's just say, and it would be, let's say it was your second vacation home, and let's say you came here twice a year, maybe for 2 months, let's just say. So that would mean for the rest of the time when you're not here, it would just be locked up. Well, why not make some income while it's locked up? So when you're not here, what you can do, you can get what is called a property management company, and there are many of them here. Some are reputable, some are not. So you get a reputable property management company to manage your home while you're not here. And what would they be doing? Well, the property management company will book appointments for you for tourists or for people visiting the area to come and stay in your home. Some of these people will be staying for a week, for 2 weeks, maybe for a few nights, maybe for a month, maybe for 2 months. You decide. You could decide if you only want people to stay weekly, monthly, or you might decide that, you know what, I only want someone to stay minimum for a week. If you're staying less than a week, I don't want them staying. All up to you. The property management company will book these tourists for you, and they'll come in, they'll stay in your home, they'll pay a fee obviously, and you'll be making money from that. And once they leave, the property management company will then send a cleaning crew to clean the home and get it ready for the other set of tourists. Now, to cut down your costs, they do charge the visiting guests or the visiting tourists a fee for the cleaning. So even though you have to clean in between visitors, the tourists are the ones paying for the cleaning. And also, you could then tell a property management company, like, look, I'm going to be here, let's say, for June and July, so block those 2 months out so no one rents for that time. So when you're here, no one is booked for the time you're here, and then you could leave. If you have other family members that want to come and enjoy the space, you could tell the property management company, my family's coming, don't book for that time period. And that's kind of how it works. Many people are very successful in doing this. Some people rent for short term, some people buy their home here or second vacation home and they don't necessarily rent it out. They may buy it together with their family members. For instance, you may have 5 different family members coming down and they may put together and say, hey, let's get a vacation home and then we will rotate when we stay. So family A may come in January, family B may come in March, family C might come in June, and so forth and so forth. So that's kind of how it works. So Disney houses are houses that are zoned for short-term rentals. It could be from 3 bedrooms to as much as 8 bedrooms, depending upon how big you want it. It could be in a gated community as well. Some of the communities are just gated, and some of the communities are gated, and also they have a security guard. That goes the same for the villas or the condos or the townhomes. You can get gated or ungated. It's a very lucrative business. People are not just coming from the US, by the way, in Orlando, which we all know. People are coming from Qatar and Dubai and France and Europe and all over the place, all over Morocco and Spain, and I mean all over the place. So when you're thinking of doing a short-term rental, don't just think that, well, there's only so many people and people are only going to go down there when when kids are out of school. Not true. People come to the Orlando area for so many different cases, not necessarily just for Disney. Disney also have what is called the wide world of sports, and a lot of athletes come down here for different sporting events all the time. So it's not just for Disney World necessarily. It's for so many different things that happens in Central Florida. So if you're thinking of buying a Disney house, you can give us a call, 607. I'm sorry, that's not the number. Where did I get that number from? I have no idea. Anyway, the number is 407 655 6619, and you should see it somewhere on your screen. If you have any questions, or if you're just thinking about it, playing around with the idea, hey, it may not be a bad idea for us to buy a house near Disney World and do some short-term rental probably when we're not staying in the home, or just to have a house, maybe we could get together with other family members and buy a house just for our vacation. If you're thinking about any of that stuff, maybe it could be a condo too, or a villa, or a townhome, give us a call. There's so much information. There's also a lot of builders building in the Disney World area at this time. So you could actually get a new construction home that's zoned for short-term rental, which makes it all the more better to rent because everybody wants new, right? Anyway, let me go. I'll catch